Hey, this is Peter with Unlocking Immortality. This is part 3 of 3 of repairing your posture. We're going to be going over upper back, neck, jaw, and mouth stretches and strengthening exercises. So in the first 2 videos, we've stretched out our lower core and we've cracked our lower back. Now we can fully work on our upper body, on our upper back and neck. I think that most people have some degree of kyphosis or texting neck from using their electronic devices. And I think that most people's upper back, especially their lower traps and the rhomboids, are underused and weak. Those could definitely be focused and strengthened on. And so one of the best exercises that I found just with our body weight is the YWT exercise, where we lay flat on the floor. We move our arms straight out in front of us like in a Y. We raise our arms, our shoulders. We keep our thumbs pointed upwards, and we squeeze our shoulder blades together, and we hold this position for a couple seconds. We should be able to feel it, but if we're stronger and we don't really feel it, we can hold it for a while, up to 30 seconds. And then we want to move our arms back down into a W position, squeeze our shoulder blades, hold the same spot, and then outwards into a T, and squeezing the shoulder blades again. And this is targeting and strengthening our traps and rhomboids. This is strengthening our upper back and starting to align our upper back so that we effectively do the neck joint cracking. We'll need to do some more neck resistance training and some neck stretching. So with the resistance training, we want to train the right side of our neck, the left side of our neck, the front of our neck, and the back of our neck. So to do that, we want to turn and tilt our head to one side, engaging one side of our neck muscles, and we want to try to push our neck to one side, hold our head, and resist the push, so that we're kind of pushing it into our hands, and we feel, and we're strengthening. We're targeting a part of our neck, and we're strengthening. So you want to do it with your right side, do it with your left side. And then neck stretching, you stretch the left side of your neck by pulling with the right side, the right hand. Stretch the right side of your neck, pulling with your left hand. You stretch the front, stretch the back. And now that we've done that, our head should be stronger, more supported, and open for cracking, which we'll do with our Atlas training. You want to get the full rotation that you can, so you want to fully stretch your neck muscles as you turn. You want to try to flex your, and what you're doing is you're opening up space for cracking. And so after you've turned it to one side, you want to turn it as far as you can to the other side, right side, and then push with your hands, push your mandible upwards with your hands to fully, to extend the range of motion, and you should be able to hear some light cracking. And what this is doing is this is expanding your jaw, this is aligning your jaw, this is expanding and aligning your palate and bringing it forward as well. And so when we've done this for a while, we may start to feel pressure in our ramus around our ear. It could also happen after we've been eating for a while, chewing for a while. And what we want to do is Ramus-Ram. And we want to push our ramus forward and try to pop it and crack it as well. And there's a lot of pressure built up. And then sometimes when we get a really loud, and satisfying crack, then when we continue Atlas turning, we'll be able to feel a little bit more movement when we Ramus-Ram. Next method to really focus on adjusting your palate, pretty much trying to take as deep and as wide of a bite onto one side of your palate as you can. So my right side is recessed, and I'm trying to strengthen my right side, so I'm trying to air chew on my right side most of the time. Method would be to bring the biting together onto both sides. And that's where we're doing full bite synchronization. We bring your mandible past your upper jaw, biting down, and then bringing it past your upper jaw on the other side. And this is also aligning your bite. So we can talk about chin tucking and mewing. Most people have heard of chin tucking, and most people know what it means. But in order for it to be effective, we need to be posturing our entire body. We need to be tucking our entire body. Tucking our hips by flexing our thighs and our glutes. Tucking our waist and our lower core by flexing our lower core. And tucking our chest back and bringing our neck back and bringing our chin down and head forward. So that would be the full, complete posture change. So I've heard about mewing, and that's where our tongue is on the palate of our mouth. This is proper tongue posture. If you want to have proper body posture, our tongue is very essential to our entire structure. Our tongue supports our mouth and our head. So when our tongue is off, our entire body's off. And that happens when we strengthen it, and when we feel it and we're more aware of it, and we have it resting on the top of our mouth slowly, with some slight force pushing upwards and outwards. And just by doing this, just by feeling this force, we can start to feel you could feel some slight expansion. You could feel your palate. You could feel some blood moving in areas that you've never felt before. And this is Jutted-Mewing. Yeah, Jutted-Mewing. Jutting your jaw, giving yourselves an underbite or mandibular prognathism. Simply, we want to expand our face. We want to bring our face forward so that it's easier to breathe and our posture is more straight. But one of the many inhibiting things is a lot of people's mandible positioning in their neck. And a lot of people have a slight overbite. Our upper teeth are slightly ahead of our lower teeth when we bite down. And this actually inhibits our breathing. Just try this experiment, or you just take a deep breath naturally. Notice how the breathing feels, and then jut your jaw out and take a deep breath. And you might notice that it's actually much easier to breathe in more air, that you feel less restricted, less tight, and that's because when you jutted your jaw, you opened up your throat space, and so that you could generate more force when you breathe in. And when you brought your lower jaw out, it brought your tongue out as well, and you're able to activate more of your neck, more of your upper chest when you take the breath. What this also does is bringing our throat and our tongue slightly forward. Bring our tongue slightly forward, and this is widening the area of contact that our tongue has with our upper palate, especially when we bring the tip of our tongue towards our lower teeth, so that the fatter part of our tongue is now touching our upper palate. We're putting more force on our maxilla and bringing our maxilla forward faster when we jut our jaw than if we have an overbite. The underbite and our mandible, our tongue posture, our throat, our neck, our chest, and our entire body posture is leading the way towards improving and changing our posture. So as our palate expands, we're going to be mewing with slight jutting. So we want to be feeling our neck muscles behind our ears every single breath that we take. Personally, I still can't feel it, and this is just the progression, and this is where I think that proper posture will lead us to. It's a slow progress of bringing our mandible forward and then bringing our maxilla forward, as well as our entire tongue, throat, chest, and body forward. To wrap all three parts up, We want to be deep breathing and cracking our spine, and then strengthening our upper back and cracking our neck, jaw, and adjusting our palate. We want to have a slight underbite. We want to slightly jet so that our mewing is more forceful, and that our deep breathing is also stronger, and that begins the cycle of our breath and unlocking our spine and upper body, neck, and jaw again. And then as our mandible aligns with our jutted jaw from mewing and our posture change, we want to slightly jut our jaw again and continue the growth and progression. Definitely keep you guys updated with how it goes. This newer Jutted-Mewing is definitely kind of the experiment that I haven't had much experience with, and so I can't really say that it will fully work, but this is how it appears in my mind. This is what I think. That's the cycle. That's the 3-part series to repairing our posture through deep breathing, lower back and spine stretches, and then our upper back, neck, jaw, and mouth stretches, and then it's just a cycle that continually improves each time. So I wish you guys the best. If you like this content, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. Yeah, I'll be making more. Appreciate your support and your time, and I hope you guys appreciate your support and your time, and hope you guys have a great hope this improves your health.